Welcome back to the European LCS. We're all the chicken nuggets, but we're still licking our lips for some serious action. Game 3 of Vitality and H2K and Stress. We have had everything, man.
We're really scraping the bottom of this bucket when
Yeah, we
it
are.
comes to jokes about nuggets. But
I don't know this guy.
it's game 3. It's game 3 between Vitality and H2K. Nobody really thought we were going to game 3, but H2K have picked red side in this game 3 of the series. And you have to think this should give them the solid basis to get winning lanes for themselves. Having that last pick should give them one winning lane to kind of leapfrog off of.
Yeah, they're going to have to leverage that big brain of Prolly's to come up with something a little different, because Vitality, they've been throwing the curveballs in this series, and it may not mean that much for them. A little stage experience is always good. Some experimentation is merited, but H2K, they need to be able to control the chaos. And playoff race, it is very tight in Group B. Seeding is so important to try and avoid teams like G2 on the other side. And well, let's see if they can do it. A convincing win here in Game 3 would be the one they need.
And that's the thing, is this actually kind of hurts their game differential as well. Now they've lost an extra game. They would have wanted to 2-0, move on and have a better standing. They're trying to avoid G2 until the finals by getting that top of the group playoff bye. So, game 3, here we go.
Let's find out what happens. It's all come down to this. Vitality on the blue side for this game. What are their bans going to be? We've seen a lot of tops targeted. Both sides, and there is the Kazakhs ban. Jankos won't get his hands on the bug again.
I like the Kazakhs ban. I think Jankos struggled when put onto the Elise. So if they can end up putting H2K on a matchup like that, perhaps Vitality will even... I was going to say first pick Graves, but they're going to ban it.
Yeah, 2 jungle bans right now. So focusing on Jankos, trying to get him uncomfortable. He definitely looked it in the last game when Joko was able to shut him down. A Rengar ban. Now it has been all jungle, and I guess a little bit of top if you count Kabo shards, Olaf.
So will it be Malzahar, Karma, Camille that comes out? Gragas has also been banned. Some of these picks are getting through now. Camille, obviously, we saw come out of H2K in the second game. The Swain was played into it. I wonder whether we'll see Vitality.
There's the Camille ban.
Yeah, I was going to say whether they'd even first pick it if it was available, knowing the Swain matchup is there.
Well, I don't know if Odoamne is as schooled in that one as Kabashard was, so it's not going to happen this time around. The question is, what is the first pick?
It's not a difficult matchup. You just stand there and you press Q when Camille comes close. So first pick, Lulu is available. We've also got the pick of 80 carries.
Ashe comes in once again. It's been highly prioritized in this series especially. And well, there it goes into Steelback's hands.
And it was a good pickup for Steelback. They started a lot of fights, helped Joko to get a couple of kills as we went through the mid-game. Was an instrumental part, not only with the winning side lanes, but also just having that engage.
And he was able to sit pretty safely on the back line. He went that more popular Blade of the Ruin King build, and as opposed to what Nuclear did in game number 1, where he decided to go the old school, the Hurricane, and this time around he'll have the Caitlyn, so we'll very likely see that Hurricane coming out early.
Likely. Will it be
Definitely.
Lulu paired alongside the Caitlyn? Karma is up as well. What about that push in the bot lane?
Yeah, do they take a jungle on this rotation? Maybe not. We'll see it come out in the next time. HK still taking time, thinking about it.
I mean, Lee Sin is available if they want it for Jankos, as is the Elise. I'm not sure whether they really want the Elise after the last game, although it was a little bit more of the execution than the pick. We know Jankos has a very...
Deep champion pool.
Elise. Ivan. So Jankos has decided he's going to do not a lot in the early game and then be okay with doing not a lot in the early game because it's Ivan, so he's going to scale later on into the game.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a handful of games on this champion. It was back when it was, really the big flavor in Europe. After a few patches, it has dropped off in priority, and, well, see what Vitality answer with.
Watch Joko do something silly that we've been seeing in solo queue where it's like, I'm going to play Nunu because it's...
I mean, it is 7.5 Nunu, but no, he's going to go the Lee Sin.
Yeah, Lee Sin, you can now go a little bit more aggressive, go into the H2K jungle, look to fight Jankos when he's not strong enough.
Surprise, Jankos is going to be all in the Vitality jungle stealing camps.
Most likely a couple of times, and as long as he's got that smite available. So with Lee Sin picked, will we see the safe mid laner of Orianna alongside that? That kind of forces H2K to pick something like a Vlad now if they want later game alongside this Caitlyn, but that would pair it with the Ivan, so maybe it's the Syndra they go to. Featherman played it in both games so far, and it's likely to get banned away if Vitality, if H2K don't pick it right here.
Yeah, they might do. It's interesting you bring up the Vlad too, because as much as it's been pick banned across the board in 7.5 here in Europe, it's not shown up in this series at all.
Nope, has not shown up. And a lot of that has just been because H2K have wanted that Syndra matchup in the mid lane. They wanted as much focus on winning the early game in the mid lane. And I mean, Feberman straight up killed Nuke in this matchup in the first game, so we'll see if that happens again.
Yeah, well, it's the Orianna, a little safer, a little less aggressive than the Echo. This time around, though, H2K, they've got the bans back in. Let's see what they take away. That's the question now. Are they going to keep focusing on the top lane? Yes.
Yeah, if they focus on top lane, we'll see where Vitality go right now, because we've had lanes matched. AD carry, jungle, and mid lane have all been locked in. So Odo Amne, if he ends up with the Nautilus, that's the most likely first pick in this rotation.
Rumble's still up.
In fact, no, they'll probably go support. Sorry. I was saying they might first pick the Nautilus. If they pick support here, it allows them to pick a winning top lane. We know Syndra kind of is held by Orianna.
There's the Nautilus ban, actually. Still, the Lulu's not been banned out. Would be surprised if Vitality don't spend their last one on that, or maybe they just want to keep targeting Odo.
Yeah, Karma, Lulu are both available. So
that's true. Yeah, you ban one, you can take the other.
Tom Kench is up too. Gotta get rid of a Chinese Thresh.
I mean, that Thresh was sick.
Yeah, blind hooking people at level 1.
Yep.
After a flash.
It is honestly really a pleasure to see like really top tier Thresh play. It doesn't matter what season, there's always a space for it.
It's also something good about watching bad Thresh play.
That's also true. I get enough of that in solo queue. All right, Lulu's banned away now by Vitality, so H2K, let's see if they take the Karma. Here is their next pickup.
Yeah, it's the most likely pick here with Tom Kench is the other one for Che. With Lulu banned, Malzahar banned, and you want to save the top lane matchup for your last pick, it's gonna have to be support here for H2K.
And there's the Zyra, actually, so some of the counters banned away for it, some of the old counters. That makes a lot of sense, surprisingly, though.
And this now is difficult for Vitality to pick something like a Tom Kench that is going to get harassed out and bullied down by this Caitlyn Zyra lane very heavily.
All right, Vitality, they need to pick their top laner blind here. The Rumble, still a power pickup and available. It's been an Odo Amne special for a long time. Will Cabo Shard be the one piloting it? 3 seconds to go, and it looks like the answer is yes.
Yeah, they end up picking that up. Now, what is the support going to be for Vitality?
Hachani. Oh, Hachani.
Arian's like, don't do it. Hachani's like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Oh, boy.
Like, he's just like, watch me lock it. Watch
Take
me
away
lock.
one hook.
Arian's like, really?
I mean,
you sure?
I mean, that's a squishy bot lane. I don't know, man.
So H2K are likely to pick up the Nah.
Oh, they did it!
He's done it!
I love you, Hachani. We're going hook in this game.
Oh, Hachani. It doesn't matter what H2K pick now. Will we see the random Talon matchup we've seen a couple of times into Rumble? We've got a Blitzcrank.
Oh, man. Oh, just when I think it can't get spicier.
Oh, this is great. We got a game 3. We got a Blitzcrank. We do not see Blitzcrank.
I wish they'd lock Callista. That would have been sick.
Yeah, yes, actually, but they first picked Ashe, which I'm still fine with. Like, that's okay.
All right, so there's the Shen. Odo's going to take a safe matchup. It's going to be fine. That actually could come in real handy once he hits 6 versus the Blitzcrank if, you know, the Zyra or the Caitlyn get got.
So there are very few people this year to have played Blitzcrank.
Surprise, surprise, I see a couple names there that I recognize.
Hachani is in good company with Lacrit.
And Lemon Nation.
And Lemon Nation, who have played Blitzcrank. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. So with that Shen in the top lane, H2K are going to rely a lot on Feberman. And there's a lot now in this bot lane. Like Caitlyn, you can't rely on her net to get away from a Blitzcrank hook. Zyra is providing no sustain.
Oh, Che's going to have a hard game if he gets hooked.
If Che gets flash hooked out of a bush at level 1 again, maybe maybe it won't be the happy ending for H2K. I mean, who knows? Yesterday, Roccat, convincing performance up against Misfits. Maybe it's Vitality's day in the sun.
Quite possibly, and you know, maybe it doesn't affect the standings on their side. However, for H2K, it's very important, and honestly, they're getting some serious practice at playing against strange picks.
I know what it is. It's spring now, so Vitality, the bees are coming out.
Oh boy.
They're back. They're
yes,
ready.
They are. They're buzzing, and this game is about to be. One more time, guys. Check us out online. At LL Esports is the place. If you think H2K can conquer the strange, the different, the wacky from Vitality, or if you think Vitality's going to take this one 2-1, hashtag VIT win. We're about to find out. It is game 3 in this series.
See whether Hook Chani can live up to things on this Blitzcrank. Pull the series back. Win it 2-1. Silence the critics.
That'd be something. It'd be stunning for H2K, in all honesty, but you have to conquer against all sorts of unorthodox play, and last time around they weren't able to come up with a win. It was a big snowball.
Oh, we're going for the solo queue special.
There we go.
It's like, okay, they've got a Blitzcrank. They're probably going to invade. Lo and behold, look at Vitality. Here we go.
It's okay. H2K are on the other side of the map.
Yeah, H2K is safe. Now, how long do Vitality commit to this before we end up recalling out to their lanes?
That is the question. We'll start the clocks right now. We are 60 seconds into game one. Vitality have stacked 5 members down bot. H2K up towards the top side. They got to start backing away soon. Game is up. Oh, well.
But
all that build up for nothing.
But look, if Che crosses through to ward, H2K Vitality might already be there.
Okay, Hachani's got the vision now.
So Blitzcrank is incredibly good in solo queue because people don't know how to play around Blitzcrank. You don't really play safely, you don't play back. Blitzcrank in competitive normally gets played around very easily because his impact falls off outside of the laning phase unless he can just land ridiculous hooks. The best thing you can do with a Blitz later on into the game is just put him in mid so that nobody can stand against him around that mid lane. You just control vision and try and hook people in.
Yep. Well, I got a tidbit for you, Stress. While we were getting ready to get into this game, stats guys were busy delving into the archive, dusting off the books to see when the last time we saw this champion on the European LCS stage. And got to go back here to remember it was spring 2015 and rated on SK Gaming, played that against the Unicorns of Love.
Yeah, there's a couple of famous European games. It's a shame Crepo's not in the house. That old
he was still playing back then.
CLG EU game, though, that where the Anivia, the Blitzcrank swap, they gave Crepo his 100% win rate on Anivia, and Froggen his 100% win rate on Blitzcrank. That's a long time ago.
I thought I was going back into Season 5, and you're like, no, I got one for you, Season 3.
So Season 3, there used to be a strat, actually, with Blitzcrank. You pick Caitlyn Blitz, and you just put a mid from the beginning of the game. Like, legitimately, this is a strat that when I was working with Team Dignitas, we tried in a couple of scrims, and I think one game. It really fails hard if you don't kill a lot of people. So it's the same kind of weakness for Blitzcrank, where you just have to land hook after hook after hook. We'll watch Hachani as this game goes further on. It's more about the jungle matchup right now.
Yeah, Jankos is going to find Joko in his jungle. Actually opts to take the fight right now, but the Wolves have actually reset, and Joko's a bit low here. Oh no! It's first blood for Jankos. He says, get the hell out of my jungle.
Yeah, Joko dropped very, very low. Good stun again out of Febiven. He's been landing these all series long.
All right, let's see if he can keep it up. Nukeduck sends the command attack here, and Jankos, he's looking for a fight here. Double buff reset. Coming in onto Nukeduck. Might force the flash. No, he thinks better of it.
Jankos was trying to get in there, but couldn't quite. He's now just going to assume control over the Raptor camp. Going to smite it away. Doesn't have time for that passive to tick. It's so long early game. If you were to do that, you just lose health and walk away and get nothing for it. You got to smite him down if you're invading with that Ivan.
Yep, that's the start of a different kind of game for Jankos. Last time around on that Elise, he had little to no impact early on because he was set so far behind, and we rarely see that from the likes of Jankos. You take a look at the difference.
Yeah, you can see exactly how far behind Jankos. 5 deaths, 7 kills on Joko. Is it going to be time? Che, no!
Oh, right into the hook, and Hachani is 1 for 1 so far in the game, and Joko gets a kill.
Oh, Che. This has not been a good series for Che taking hooks blindly. Hachani hits another one, ignites him, gets the kill.
Just when you think you're safe to go warding. Not against the Blitzcrank, my friend.
Hachani's like, I've been storing up all this energy, dying solo in early weeks. Now let's see who dies solo while I rip you away from your team.
You're a gentle crab.
That is definitely the strategy.
2 games in a row.
That was a great supervillain impression. I'm proud of you.
This is only my day job.
I see. All right, well, remind me not to get on your bad side. Jankos going through the jungle of Vitality and taking away all the camps. Joko's going to have a harder time keeping up in farm this time around. Checking in elsewise on the lanes. It's been a little quieter affair in this bottom since Che came back up, but You never know when that could change.
Chinese Roman, he's got his Piltover Customs Hot Rod Blitzcrank skin. He's going to be driving around trying to find anybody that he can.
Drift on the rift.
Hachani is just not going to be in late. He's just going to leave Steelback for the majority of this game, and Steelback will actually be happy like that. This is something that we've seen quite a lot out of Hachani and Steelback, but this time more than ever.
Yeah.
Now Joker wants to go top lane, try and punish the Shen pre-6.
Okay, lands the Sonic Wave, does not have Lee Syndrome, does not want to go in on it. Odoamne can still get the taunt he was holding on. Level 5, so no Stand United just yet if he wants to affect the other lanes, but that's going to change soon enough. And Odo's gone for the build. You know, he's not worried too much about pressure because he goes to 3 regen beads instead of something like Doran's Shield.
Yeah, it's all just about that regen. In between trades, will heal up very effectively. Means Cabochard can't like all in and kill him. Odoamne is teleporting back into the lane now. Look at how Nuke Duck's coming up. Cabochard is 6, he stayed in the lane. It looked like Vitality were looking to set up a play, but the wave's gonna die too early on here. And Odoamne will be able to hit 6 off that wave. Should have Stand United, will be able to affect the bottom lane if anybody gets hooked in. It's gonna have to be a quick ult though, out of Odoamne.
Definitely, especially if it ends up being Che, that's Zyra, not known for being the tankiest of champions. Cabochard now, he spends his TP to get back into lane to keep the wave pushing. Wards, a couple of controls, one in that river brush and one for H2K a little bit further down, making sure they can spot any action out of Joko or Jankos, who have kind of confined themselves a little bit more to the jungle since the action up bottom, or down to the bottom.
And this is a problem, like, a lot of people ban Blitzcrank in solo queue because by this point, their Blitzcrank's already hooked your AD carry 5 times.
And he's 3-0 and he's building AP.
Exactly, and he's getting a Lich Bane. Defensive plays in competitive are so much easier to make, where H2K just sit back and they go, okay, do we need to get that 1 CS? No. Okay, let's leave it go. Whereas in solo queue, everybody's stretching to try and get these last little advantages, and then you push yourself out of position. That doesn't happen here. You can see Vitality now want to go aggressive onto Jankos. There's the horn incoming.
All right, Febvin, though, he instantly flashes, ghosts away as Cabochard was right on top of him, and Shani didn't need to be there to make it happen. A lot of vision in this river on the bottom side now to make sure they can try and spot any cheeky plays being made as Jankos heads back to his own jungle.
But that's a mid laner with no escape. Hachani will be licking his lips, looking for that hook.
He's coming back
as soon as he can. There's gonna have to be so many wards around mid in like a minute's time when Hachani has pushed out the wave with Steelback, so he can go roaming. Is he gonna end up like going Moby boots? He's nearly there actually.
Oh, he should. That's the only way to play, right?
Yeah, he's probably gonna, I wonder whether he'll go Mobies before Sightstone. That's the real statement, is I'm going elsewhere. Don't care about
Steelback's on his own, but for right now, it's Odoamne that is isolated, so why not gank the teleport instead of ganking somewhere where he can stand United on top, and Joko decides maybe that's not the best idea right now.
It looks like Vitality have actually shored up a lot of their fundamentals, where it's like, where do you make plays? How do you play around certain things? Like, in the last game, it was the Camille shut it down. Echo has that other side lane very easily controlled. No one saw it.
No one saw
okay.
that. Excellent. Yeah, I agree. Excellent play by Jankos so far.
I mean, it's because there's nothing. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's definitely been a little quieter because teams are trying to play it out a little safer. H2K realized, all right, we got to be a little more careful right now, but there's the Ash Arrow incoming, and
that's
just
ambitious.
Gonna go right through.
That is ambitious. Without starting a fight in mid, you're like, what if we catch Febvin?
Why not?
The crowd loved the optimism on that play.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I appreciate that they are trying to make plays right now. However, ill-advised. It doesn't really punish you to spend your Ash Arrow, I guess.
Hey, look, it's already a quarter of the cooldown come back.
Yeah,
so just
fine.
throw it mid. Who cares? Febvin's got no flash. Try and capitalize on it. If it lands, you just go in with the shockwave.
I mean, the thing about Vitality is, like, they've definitely got to be having fun this series. Despite losing game number 1, they had a pretty good lead going. They've been playing some interesting, different styles of champions, and it's nice to see this team able to do that now. Yanko's coming around the side with Daisy, and he's bringing Odo. Steelback's cut off from Hachani. There's the taunt, and he's left for dead. Goodbye.
Hachani with the 0 defensive capability Blitzcrank. His most defensive play would be hooking someone under the tower and trying to peel for Steelback, and that doesn't really work out in that situation. So H2K, good play onto bot side, setting up with the Stand United, bringing Jankos down. The Hawkshot even scouted out Featherman, but with no Ash Arrow, they couldn't really prevent anything. And I like that H2K capitalized on Vitality using such a big cooldown. We were joking about how it was nearly back available. Well, H2K make the play before it's time for Vitality to have it, and Vitality end up on the losing end.
I mean, this is the first time in the series we've seen H2K take the big lead early on. They got first Tower Blood, and now they themselves are up about 1,500 in gold. Odoamne is going to get popped right into the pit. Joko follows.
He's going to kick him back in.
Oh, he does, right into Shani. He's going to have to flash it out. Does he live through this one? I don't know. Joko's still following, looking for another. That should be it. Level 6 to level 8 don't even matter, and no stun. Joko, though, no! He overstays.
Oh, the overchase. It looked so good. They kicked him in. They pulled him back.
But he never saw the rest of H2K coming.
That's Hachani repaying the Blast Cone favor. Because Hachani could probably have flashed over and got a second hook.
Yeah.
But Hachani's like, oh, you left me out to dead.
You got this, man. Let's see it again.
So, beautiful setup. Hachani's baiting Joko. This is all this is. Hachani's like, look, I've got this, don't worry. Yeah, you go, you got the kill. Hachani could have flashed this wall, chased with him, takes the long way around. Look at Hachani, look at him turn back. Look at Hachani, he's like, I'm going mid instead. I'm gonna go try to get the kill on Featherman.
Ooh.
See you, Joko.
Hachani sends his regards. And now he's back up to the top side. They're gonna chase Odoamne away, so this will be a nice rotation for Tower. Not much that H2K can really get off the back of it. A little bit caught out for just a second. So 1-1 in towers, still the lead for H2K, and honestly, Odo pulling the Great Escape, really looking like a ninja.
Gets himself out, has that Tiamat and the Spectre's Cowl already. Cab on the other side has Leandries going for that damage. We'll see when that first equalizer comes out in a team fight, exactly how Vitality can balance some of this damage. Shockwave is nearly up as well, so maybe if Joko can find someone with a kick.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a big magic damage heavy composition for Vitality, and they have a pretty deadly team fight, but you got to think the magic resist itemization from H2K can really put a dent in some of those plans as they head into the Vitality jungle here.
Whoever gets kicked by Joko is going to end up about a screen and a half away from where their team actually were, because Hachani's just going to grab them, pull them further back into the fight. If that hits Nuclear, Nuclear's just dead. Like, there's no way to survive. But that's optimistic.
I mean, it's all about execution. That's the thing. When you play these difficult, these oddball kind of comps, you need to have your perfect execution to make a play. H2K, they're waiting and baiting here, but no one's coming for it. Nukeduck does step a little over, and he might have to flash it out. Gets stopped up under tower. There he goes.
Holds the flash until he has the ability to move after the root. Didn't flash preemptively. It's a risky play, but H2K couldn't get any further crowd control. And Nukeduck is actually quite far ahead in this lane matchup again. Like the first game, remember, Nukeduck died 1v1. Syndra versus Orianna.
But ever since then, it's honestly started to be a turnaround. It had a counter matchup before, but now it's a little different. There's that first equalizer, but Odo's going to be able to taunt away from it. Flame Spitter and an Electro Harpoon at his back, but he's tanky enough to walk it off.
Chani is looking for mid. Featherman has flash, though. I'm just looking at the minimap until Featherman's like champion portrait gets dragged. You know, I love watching Blitzcrank.
Oh, it's a lot of fun, in all honesty, but it doesn't always work out, and this is why we don't see it very often at the high tier levels of play. The coordination makes it difficult to make those montage plays.
Yeah.
But Hachani, bless his heart, is trying.
He's trying.
I mean, you take one hook away from him, and he just goes on the other one.
Yeah, exactly. He'll end up playing like Nautilus and stuff like that. Like, as we go on.
Well, that got banned too.
That's true. Banned both the hooks.
And then the third comes out.
Thinking about other hook-related champions?
I think we might have exhausted that list.
I think so.
Yeah.
We're probably forgetting something that's like...
somebody obvious. That's okay. Don't worry about it. All right.
Play a Moo-Moo. It's close enough.
That's a bandage. That's completely different. All right. Back into the mid lane. Nukeduck trying to hold here. H2K, they're looking to push in. A lot of vision secured for this Vitality team, but H2K seems like they're not 100% sure where they want to go right now. see if they're able to get a pick off. Up in the top, Cabochard could be caught out.
Still no equalizer to cut the wave out here, so Cabochard knows he has to pull forward towards Odo.
Nice flash. Okay. Oh, he's even able to dodge out, but there is a big Stranglethorn's coming, but Joko has come to the rescue. A little too late. There's a three-man shockwave, and they pull Jankos in again. Odo Wamne standing united, and Jankos will live for another few moments at least as Odo pushes Hachani. Nuke Duck back, caught him on the taunt. In comes Febivin, throwing the balls, and they cannot dodge.
H2K picked up so much from this exchange, and they're going to get Joko under the tower. Ace will get safeguarded through, but it's only a matter of time, surely. Ooh, Jankos is actually quite low.
Yeah, Jankos is, but he's got Daisy on right now, and Joko is unfortunately running towards the wrong base. The minions are even on top of him.
Execute's coming.
Oh boy, can he do it? Can you do it, Joko? Oh, kill Daisy. All right.
That's mean. What did Daisy ever do to you? Oh, is he actually not going for the...
Whoa, wait a minute.
Oh, he's going to try and kill Yang. Oh, he missed
trigger
it.
seed.
Went for the greedy play.
That was unfortunate.
Went for the greedy play. Could have gone for the execute. Tried to play around it. Try to get the kill.
It's almost a montage moment. Here's where the fight starts.
Here's where the fight started out on Cabochard, as you said. Tries to go into the safe path, dodges out a lot of it. And Vitality think, okay, maybe if we can catch a Che or somebody that's squishy, they end up picking up Ivan, who had like Redemption and Stand United available. Yeah. And then Vitality end up losing everything. Odo Wamne into the back line. Goes right through the team with Febivin. It's an easy cleanup.
I actually got a little debated there. I thought Jankos also got hit by the Shockwave, but it was the Hachani hook at the same moment that Shockwave got too. So at least they got that synced up, but unfortunately weren't able to get the kills. H2K come out the big winners right now. They have 7 kills to the 1 at 16 minutes here. Let's see if that changes as Nuke Duck is found out by Odo Wamne. Hachani's there, taunt flash in, and there's a Shockwave. They've taken down Nuke Duck. H2K, Odo Wamne getting pulled in, but in comes Daisy to tag into the fight. Unleash the power onto Joko, he limps away. Daisy's still coming for Cabochard, but now taken down. Nuclear on the front will finish the job as he took him down under trap. It's 2 kills for none.
H2K have got so far ahead right now that Vitality are running out of options. They've exhausted a lot of their engage. Now Febivin, doesn't quite land the stun.
Yeah, but he forced a flash out of Joko there.
Did expend his own though, so that may punish him in fights if Hachani actually does connect with a hook onto him. But
all right. Still 2 more kills though, and they get the tower now. H2K, they have a nice lead that they can keep on working with, and they say no to the silly play of Vitality. Not falling for that one anymore.
Yeah, likely to translate now into an easy dragon. H2K, they're not messing around. No. They're like, okay, now we need to seriously win this game.
I mean, look at Ivan. Does that look like the face of Mercy to you?
Does that look like the face of complete seriousness? I guess not.
Probably not, but H2K certainly are.
To set it up on Nuke Duck, easy pickoff. Shockwave only catches Chase, so there's no real way of Vitality turning this fight back around. And if you're pulling a Rumble into a fight that has Flame Spitter active in the danger zone, it's not always the best idea, and Cabochard gets locked down as well. H2K are just so far ahead right now that Vitality's composition is betraying them. Like, this Blitzcrank doesn't have options available. Joko, every time he's gone in, has ended up dying more than he's actually got for the team. 1, 3, and 0 on his stat line, and honestly, H2K, after a rough game 2, which Vitality played very well in, this looks more like the H2K that we've come to see over the last few weeks. Yes, okay, Vitality have picked a wonky composition into it, but H2K just, playing this game straightforward.
Well, Che, we had this happen before, but there's a Stand United. Maybe he lives through this one this time around, and it is going to be Joko going down. Hachani trying to Hot Wheel out, but the power gets unleashed for a double kill for a Febivin. H2K say party's over.
That was not a turbocharged engine for Hachani. He just gets taken right out of it before he could accelerate off the line, and now here comes the dive for H2K.
Daisy on the front line, Odo right there as well. It's going to be another one, a big equalizer to clear the minions, and Che actually gets burned down, and H2K, they look like they don't know what to do right now. The tower didn't get finished before Jankos got taken low, and look at this, a Redemption comes in, but is it too late? The answer is no, as Nuclear takes down Cabochard at the back half. Vitality do not have the damage.
It's still a good trade for H2K. The tower plus a couple of kills in the overall exchange means H2K advance their lead, and I mean, I really wanted this Blitzcrank to do well, but sadly, No kills. Where's the Lich Bane? Where's no? It's
Doesn't have the gold for it, unfortunately. All right, so here's the start. Che gets caught again, but this time he's got support.
Yep, this was Stand United. Redemption comes through. They get the Strangle Thorns and everything on top of it. Redemption, I don't think actually got used at this part of the exchange. It was later on as the H2K continued. This was the second half. I got baited thinking we were back into a fight.
Get deja vu here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is the second half of the replay. There's the Redemption came out from Jankos. And H2K, they can just survive through, and Vitality are just going to sit in the bush.
Yeah, waiting and baiting if they can. Che's the easier target to grab, but I mean, they invested a lot trying to kill him last time, and Stand United may not be back up again, but there's Febiven, there's Jankos, there's a lot to stop Che from dying, and they're the priority targets.
The other side of it is like Odoamne has a bunch of items.
Oh, what a clutch blue trinket.
And the bush. Places it in, gets the vision, everything.
Yeah.
H2K go, okay, we'll just run mid then.
That is why wards save lives. Always upgrading trinkets.
TP onto the minion, like they already know Vitality can't defend this because they were so far out.
Vitality are going to try for a desperate trade. They're sending 2 up to the top to take out an inner, but they're losing inhibitor here.
Yeah, this isn't the trade that Vitality are going to win. This is H2K taking the inhibitor.
Oh, that's unopposed. Chani's just there to watch it happen. Joko, they know that they're locked into really losing this one right now, so they're going to try for it anyways. And, well, H2K are backing out, but they are not able to recall just yet, so Vitality, see if they keep pushing their luck right now. Nuclear's backing away.
Quick, send Hachani at them. Just run at them. Bait
He's
them
not doing it.
Nah, he's just going to assume control of the Baron pit. Yeah. Like, despite being on Blitzcrank, it's still good to remember to ward Baron. Like, it's not all about hooking
Hey, he
people.
did get his side stone. Not upgraded to the Ruby, though. Che, on his part, has honestly been able to get a little bit more done on the Zyra pickup. Oh, there's an equalizer onto Febiven and Che. Let's see what they can get done here. Joko, they get a big shutdown. It's final tick of damage from Cabo Shard, pulling Jankos, and Che was burning down, and Jankos is going to fall. H2K getting caught with their pants down, and Vitality ping on Baron.
They're going for Baron. It was the long con, Pyra. It was all about giving away the inhibitor. Trade it. We don't need it. We'll get a pick. We'll look for the Baron.
Lose the game for 20 minutes just so you can get the Baron just afterwards. Che's low, but Nuclear is there at full health. It's an AD carry, though. What can he do right now? Odoamne's coming up the back. They're not going to smite to steal this one away. Hachani is going to try to keep everybody off, and now the fight's on Hook. Does not connect, but Odo's taken low. Joko, though, can't get involved. There's the taunt. Electro Harpoon. Cabo Shard stopped up. Rooted for a second. Nuclear is isolated, though, and in comes Joko to shut down Nuclear.
Hachani, just the presence of him walking forward. You don't have the read on when the hooks come in, so Nuclear tries to stay alive. Dare I say it, Vitality are back in this game. They get the catch on Febiven, on the ward. Hachani looks to follow up, but it's the rest of the team coming from the jungle that is the damage dealers that really seal this deal, and Vitality, it was looking so dire. It was looking done. They're back in the game.
Oh, yeah. Well, Chance and Jankos knew he did an oopsie.
Bit of an oopsie in the mid lane.
Yeah, unfortunate. But, I mean, all the same, it's still a gold advantage for H2K. They still have a downed inhibitor in the middle, but that Baron buff, that does start to change things.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating by how much Vitality are back in the game, but they will take some of these towers that are more easy to take, like bottom lane, outer.
Standing gold right now. They've only been able to knock down the ones up in the top side, and Hachani's hook does not connect, so clearly his Thresh is a little better than his Blitz on this.
You miss every hook you don't take, okay? If you don't throw it out, it always misses.
That's a fair point.
That's not the way to play Blitz.
That is.
You want to hold on to the hook and threat.
That is some serious like challenger advice right there. All right, Joko's getting caught by Jankos. He kicks him back. There is a whole horde of H2K members here, and I hope that scuttle was worth it. He didn't even get it.
No, it's not worth it at all. Joko out of position, 5 deaths on this game, and we were singing his praises. Deficio and Dracos were talking about how good Joko was looking after game 2, and now these 5 deaths.
I mean, it's been a swingy game for both, a swingy series for both the junglers. Let's be honest here. Oh, yo, Jankos, he sucked in his stomach a little bit to not get hooked on that one.
You can see H2K just testing every single possible camping spot that Vitality could find. H2K gonna have to play this game out so carefully, because if like Nuclear steps forward and gets hooked, it's basically done. The same with if Febiven steps forward.
Yeah. Odo's the one who can definitely face check. Maybe Yankos as well. They're tanking up to survive as long as the team can respond. And there is that Stand United available from Odoamne. Checking back in with the top, Yankos is here with Nuclear. Febiven as well. They're trying to secure vision. You can see throughout the river it is H2K wards aplenty. Despite the Baron buff, Vitality haven't been unable to really push out too much farther.
Vitality want to try and defend this top tower. You can see them looking to actually commit. The arrow thrown out against
that's
Nuclear.
a three-man shockwave right now, and they lay down the red carpet, but Redemption keeps H2K nice and healthy. They will back off and try again.
Yeah, H2K, they're just, wasting more of this Baron buff. There hasn't been too much that Vitality could do with it, so they move back, push forward onto the tower. You just saw Prolly looking at the screen like, why do they pick Blitz? Like, what is this? I didn't prep for this.
I don't blame him in that case. Not exactly something you usually prepare for, but Vitality, they have been, honestly, playing it out with some different picks last time around. The Swain top helped win them the game, getting Vitality lane advantages, and Hachani picking up the first Blitzcrank in a couple of seasons. Man, that is definitely bold.
Yeah, here in Europe, specifically.
Yes.
We've seen Blitz elsewhere.
We had to look at who else was playing it. I mean, okay, yeah, Lecrit a couple games, Elimination one. That sounds about right.
So I'm looking at like Hachani's play rate on champions. According to his listed 81 wins and 61 losses, there was 0 games of Blitz. Now Cabochard on the bot lane gets taken out.
Yep.
He's pushed up too far. H2K collapse. It's just going to happen again and again like this. H2K are going to keep catching them out on the sideline. There's nothing really that Vitality can do to stop that bleeding. They had that chance with the Baron buff, but it's not enough.
Well, we're going to need to see them trying for another cheeky pick, and that might be a little bit low. There was the hook chance, but Yankos wasn't falling for that one, and unfortunately, means there's a little bit more time H2K have to freely stand strong and push against this tower. It looks like they're going to send 4 members down to the bot to make it happen.
Yeah, Odoamne, no Stand United, but does have... Oh, there's Shockwave.
Oh, man, they melt through Febiven before the Redemption comes through. Is that going to be a little too late? Maybe this is the chance. Joko going low. Yankos getting fired down. That's a double kill now secured for Nuke Duck. Odo comes to the party a little too late. Nuke Duck looking for another in right now. He's not got Shockwave, but Command Attack does a lot of damage. Odo is able to dodge out the hook. There is the equalizer from Cabochard. Teleport completed. Vitality still chasing through. Minions be damned. They don't need to worry about these waves. Cabochard gets one. Blast Cone taken by Che to safety, but it is only 2 H2K members left. Vitality continue to chase.
Oh, can Hachani cut Che off?
He's going overdrive. Oh, he misses.
Doesn't quite have the range on the hook, but Vitality in the team fights, that's where they can win it. Okay, they get picked off in the side lanes, but Vitality have good team fight potential. And you can see Febiven, stun already down. He's half health already, and it's just that dissonance that after the shockwave is enough to take out the damage dealers. And from there, Vitality can easily balance around this fight. They have the numbers advantage because Odoamne did not teleport down. There's no Stand United available, and Hachani constantly looking for these hooks. Flashed. Odoamne was a couple of pixels behind.
I mean, all right. So this is the second time we've now seen Vitality kind of like swing things in their favor, but there's no Baron to take on the map, no dragons. They weren't able to get really towers. Does this maybe even the game up a little bit more?
A little bit, like a little bit. H2K still have that exposed inhibitor of Vitalities in that mid lane. Baron is up in 45 seconds, and again, as long as H2K check all the corners, check all the dark spots on the map where they don't have vision.
They're going to have to do it. I mean, they've been dodging the Blitzcrank hooks pretty well, but Nuke Duck's shockwaves have really been the difference makers.
I mean, now there's no flash on Nuclear, there's no flash on Che, no flash on Odoamne. I mean, you don't really want to hook Odoamne, but if they can maybe force Febiven's flash early, that's ambitious.
Yeah. Might have got himself a daisy. Nothing doing, though. 28.5 minutes here.
If Blitzcrank went picking daisies, it would just be very destructive. There wouldn't be like a bouquet at the end of it, right?
No, squish cupcake only.
Yeah.
Speaking of. Wow.
No regen on Daisy anymore, remember?
No?
That's one of the things that affected Ivan's play rate figures. Was very, very strong because Daisy had just kind of healed back up after a while.
Vitality's still trying to find this mid tower, though. It has been hard for them to really get objectives. They did get one tower down on the bottom a little while ago, and had been able to knock some down in the top, but that was at the expense of a Nexus turret, or an inhibitor turret, I should say, and the inhibitor. Vitality still don't want to try to take the 5v5 out in the open, especially considering they don't have a 5v5. Cabochard and Steelback are in mid.
Yeah, H2K pushing mid out just so they can clear out the vision, back away, reset their wards, look for the engage. Maybe if they can find somebody on their own. Cabo's going to the bot lane with no teleport. When he shows down there, we might see H2K look to make that play quickly.
Pushing the wave out, playing the Baron vision game. H2K want to keep this game as controlled as they can. However, there is a ward there. It's going to be swept out, and now Vitality will know that they're in the Baron pit, but they haven't started it. Here it goes again. Daisy getting a little confused there, but comes back in the end. Che holding on. Gotta be careful not to get sunk by a big shockwave. Odo's around the side blocking. They're peeling off the Baron. H2K don't want to overcommit.
I mean, it's probably easy to be confused if your brain's made of fondant and has a candle stuck in it, or at least icing. So Daisy kind of walking forward, not exactly sure where.
Not known for the best AI, that Daisy is not.
Hanging out over there.
Yeah, but going in to try and keep pushing Vitality back. Daisy down, though. And now H2K, they get a stun off onto Joko. Shockwave pulls in Febiven. That's an Ash Arrow and lands on him. Stand United is not enough damage, but look, Hachani, Cabochard both knocked up. Meanwhile, Joko going in to take a kill. He knocks down Che. Odo Wamne Shard down to Cinders. A big shutdown for Steelback, and now Vitality bust open mid-tower.
Vitality this time have turned the game around with this. The Baron is available. Back-to-back towers, and while it isn't necessarily from the hooks from Hachani, Vitality, with this team fighting composition, have done very well at punishing H2K.
They had 1 kill to 9 of H2K's like 15 minutes ago, and now it's 11 to 15. They're in position for the Baron stress. H2 WTF is going on.
Yeah. Well, it's a comeback for Vitality is what is exactly happening with this Baron. They even up the goal. They've got the Baron buff for the second time this game, and it all came from this fight. Shockwave onto Febiven. Febiven had Flash, couldn't get away from the Ash Arrow and died with Flash still available. Hachani fell, but look at the damage that comes out from Steelback as this fight goes on. As soon as that Shen Twilight Shroud drops, the damage comes out from Vitality. Vitality take the Baron. And what do you know? Rumble also did a lot of damage.
Yeah, and the Orianna. Everybody's got eyes on Blitzcrank this game, but those two carries are really dishing it out. Shockwave starting off that fight to kill Febiven, and well, eventually allowing it, I should say, and Cabochard coming up huge on this Rumble. Vitality may have lost out on Dragons this game, but for H2K, those have only been consolation prizes, and with the gold bang on even at 32 minutes, things are looking good for this Vitality squad.
They're looking better. They still got the problem of actually cracking the base now. The ultimates are available. At least, yeah, Equalizer is available too. So Vitality, dare I say it, like if H2K stand under the tower, they do have a problem. The problem is Vitality can't actually attack the tower. Nuke looking to go in, maybe.
Control ward stopping them from seeing this happening.
Yeah.
Siege is on. He just needs to stand there and be scary. They're going to get this tower. Just a few more shots is all they need to do it. And keep on pushing. Ash Arrow nails Odoamne. There is the equalizer straight up into the redemption, but isn't enough to redeem H2K's chances at this game. The wave being fired down here by Steelback right in the middle of all of his team. Nukeduck a threat on this Orianna. Dangles around the side, see if he can make a play.
That horn is ridiculous. This must feel so bad if like you've just given away Baron and your H2K sitting in the base and all of a sudden it's like running up Hachani trying to hook you. H2K is
not the way you want to lose the game.
They're just trying to focus on holding on to a first spot in the group, and they might be the team to lose to Vitality.
Yeah, that would be something else. We have seen some upsets over the course of the last few weeks, and like nothing we'd seen in the European LCS spring split so far, but Vitality, 3 series wins, 8 losses up against H2K, who are 7 wins and 3, and not at the top of the group, but they are looking like they could fall further down. This is great even for Splice right now. Those boys are watching very intently to see how this game plays out.
I mean, the only... Oh, Che,
Pulled in, got the Ash Arrows on him, but it's actually Jankos who intercepts it. All right, Vitality still pushing here. Baron buff A minute remaining to keep it going right now, and they're pushing on 2 lanes. They've yanked Jankos. In comes Daisy. Stand united on Odo. Do they have enough damage? The answer is no. Jankos gets blown back into his base, and Joko gets his Guardian Angel popped. He'll come back in a minute, but H2K do not fancy fighting this one out.
Oh, Nuclear had to be careful there. Didn't have the right read
Equalizer.
on the hook timing. It pushes them back away from the tower.
It's gonna be an inhibitor tower.
It's enough to crack the base. Inhibitor goes in favor of Vitality. They're turning this game completely around.
Vitality have found a way to shut down H2K in Game 3. What a long series, unexpectedly, as we've had today. It's not quite 35 minutes on the clock, Stress, but man, this is one spicy game.
A revitalized Vitality have proven to be hard to kill in this series, and H2K have struggled to put any kind of nail in the coffin. H2K are on the back foot again, and Vitality have not beaten any team out of Group B other than Origin. And this is the H2K that everybody was talking about should theoretically be in the finals against G2 because they already have shown how strong they can be, right, Pyra?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people were saying.
I mean,
I was one of those people.
You never know. Sometimes somebody throws you curveballs, and if you cannot play against them, that can shut you down. This is the kind of game that the Unicorns of Love especially can be watching and being like, we can learn something from this. You never know, and honestly, Vitality, they're showcasing how to play an unconventional style and make it work. Huge credit to this team.
Trust me, if there's one team that doesn't need to look at like a Blitzcrank and go, maybe that's what we should do, it's Unicorns. Blitzcrank was like what Unicorns were thinking of like 2 years ago. Now that they're so far forward, they've evolved their ridiculous strategies.
Yes, they have. They've evolved in a lot of ways, but for H2K, it seems like this is going back and kind of reversing on what happened in game number 1. They fell behind early, found a way to close out much more cleanly at the end, but Vitality, they're the ones who have turned it on its head. A couple of fights, a couple of Barons, and they're knocking on the doors of H2K's base.
And you can see Steelback has itemized effectively in this game now. He's got the Essence Reaver, he's got the Mortal Reminder alongside, trying to cut through some of that healing that comes out.
And he's had really good positioning this game, too. I mean, oftentimes we talked about Steelback throughout the split being a guy who kind of like is able to clean up, play for the KDA, but he's been honestly doing exactly what he needs in this game.
And the arrows have been on point, and they are one of the reasons why this gold graph. Oh, Jay!
Oh, we get caught again. Let's see if it's enough to get him down to 0. The answer right now is no as he walks it out. No, he goes down to Cabo Shards burn.
Nuclear.
Oh, the shockwave pulls in Odo and Febivin, but now it is Vitality looking to close the net, looking to shut down this game, close the door without Che. It is 4-5, and H2K do not fancy their chances. Inhibitor 2 goes down.
Second one of the game goes down. Vitality still have the man advantage. Febivin has his ult, though, so watch if he catches someone like Steelback. Oh, good flash.
There we go. Is it enough damage, though? Joko, he's still at half health right now, and they turn the pressure onto Odo Wamne. Joko goes back in one more time. He's a little bit low, and he goes down. Guardian Angel was not up and available for him, so it is a 1-for-1 trade so far in the extended engage, but Super Minions on the base right now. H2K, they know they have to fight this out to push it back. Hachani, a little low.
Yeah, playing defensive, tries to peel for Nuke Duck is enough of a threat to push the rest of H2K back. Vitality have done critical damage to the base now. H2K are reeling off back-to-back fights that mostly have gone in favor of Vitality.
Oh, man. You know what? I woke up today, watched him play Jinx AD carry over in the LPL, and I thought to myself, today is an interesting day, and boy, is it ever. Vitality on the edge of beating H2K, upsetting the apple cart, and really messing with those Group B standings in week number 9. Who'd have thought this would be the way it goes? But H2K, they are not out just yet. They may be down 2 inhibitors, but they are looking for an Elder Drake.
Watch Hachani do his best Max impression. He's going to get this with a hook.
Oh, that's, I don't know if he needs to right now, but hey, Baron's up in 1 second. H2K have Elder.
Oh, they're going for Baron. Vitality were looking at Baron.
Oh boy. Oh wait, they're gonna just, can they rush this down in time?
Well, they forced H2K to back, so Vitality don't need to actually start this. They're going to start it. Look at how fast this is dying.
They have got a lot of damage right now.
In.
H2K, they've got to be able to make something happen. They peeled off just in time. They secure the Baron. Redemption comes in for Odo Wamne. Kabushard, he's stuck in the back of the pit, throws down the equalizer. Nobody's getting caught by that one, and that's a sacrifice from Vitality. But look at the Super Minions.
The Super Minions have already taken, or about to take one Nexus turret now. Joko's just stopping some recalls. He got Odo Wamne's. Febivin gets out. Vitality have stopped the rest of it. That Nexus Tower isn't going to fall. Shay fell. Oh, Nuclear. Whew.
That's why
Shay
you
got
build
back, but it
QSS.
wasn't enough. One Nexus Tower dies. Now, all Vitality have got to do is walk this one with the Baron buff into the base.
They lost Cabochard, but 33 seconds later, he'll be back up and about. Maybe they don't even need that much right now. H2K in full damage control to try and protect their lanes, try and protect their base. They have one Nexus turret, now 2 inhibitors as the bottom respawns. They need to buy some time.
And the important thing here, when taking the Baron for Elder Drake trade, is you do not fight the team with Elder Drake until it has expired. That is how you throw a lead. You throw away the Baron if you fight against the Elder. That is why, with the increased duration of Baron, generally it is the better buff to take. It does depend on the number of dragons you've taken earlier and the types, but you can wait for Elder Drake to lapse and then punish with the Baron. It's easier to avoid that fight unless there's some crazy crowd control coming out from the other team.
Yes, indeed. We have hit 40 minutes on the clock in this game number 3. It has been a long series. It has been a wacky series. Vitality. Unconventional picks across the board, making it work. Can they close this game out?
There's maybe 20 seconds left on that Elder Drake timer. You can see it, it's the penultimate one, the last but one on the icons next to the Guardian Angel for Odoamne in the left side of your screen. It's as soon as that orange icon disappears, Vitality can afford to push a little bit further forward, can afford to be out in the open.
You know what time it is, Stress? ZZ Rot time.
Yankos has one.
Deployed up in the top side to keep the push from going, but that won't mean much if Vitality are able to take a big fight. They have been able to find some cheeky picks. Nuke Duck with that shockwave, holding that R button at the ready. Yankos, Che, everyone mounting for a defense here. Will this be the last stand of H2K? Will Vitality be able to close this series out? It would be one hell of an upset. Oh, hook. It's only going to land on Daisy, and in comes Odo. Now that's not who you want. Joko kicks him back out of the fight.
But now Daisy's gone.
Daisy
down. Has been ended in this late portion of the game. Vitality, they're trying to get this inhibitor. Of course, as you said, ZZ-Rod is holding the top side for now, but H2K with a trap line and this defensive setup are trying to hold on. But their damage is all coming from Nuclear. Here comes the arrow. It hits on Shay. It's not enough.
Okay, Hachani goes point blank, hooks Odoamne, not enough damage to really do it, but they've marched some minions inside the base now. H2K still holding 5 strong. You can't help but think that the way this fight ends will be the game. H2K need to hold on to their inhibitor right here, and you hear the turbo charge of that Blitzcrank. Hachani does not land. There's another Dragon's Rage kick. Joko managing to get people out of there, and that is going to be Odo going for the desperate charge on Nuke Duck. There's a big red carpet in the back, but H2K walk right over it, looking for Hachani, looking for steal back. Nuclear on a rampage, a double kill for him. Vitality melting.
It was so close for Vitality. They have a team fight composition, but they could not get it. Nuke Duck caught out, had flash, still has shockwave, has no life, and there's an exposed inhibitor in the mid lane. However, Joko is going to try and cut the wave. He's going to try and end it.
Oh,
TP coming through from
you're kidding me right now.
They
need to try and base race this out. Joko, he's on top of it, but he just wants to finish on the tower. Another Dragon's Rage kick as we go into base race vision here, but Febiven, he's backed away. Cabochard forcing it back. Cabochard is down right now. It's only Joko. They're still going on the H2K side, finishing off the Nexus turrets. Joko cannot do this alone. He has to settle for a ZZ Rot portal, and he has to settle for a loss as H2K, it looked grim, it looked dire, but they come back and close out the series.
What a crazy game. A game 3 between Vitality and H2K. We had a Blitzcrank. We had base races. You name it.
Jeez. And to think, I thought the most exciting thing was going to be chicken nuggets today. Boy, was I wrong, Stress. What a hell of a series. Vitality, when they had nothing for themselves to play for, bring it out. All sorts of big guns. H2K, having a hard time, but fighting it out at the end. A big victory for them, but man, they needed to dip way down into their performance and find a way to shut out Vitality at the end.
In the end, smiles on the face of H2K, but even after the Nexus dropped, very stoic looks, knowing how close that game came to being a series loss. H2K in control for the entire early game. The setup was good, 9 kills to 1. They're taking the objectives, the towers, but then just that catch from the Ash Arrow into, I think it was Jankos and Feberman dying for the first Baron, and then another Baron came after it, and suddenly everything went crazy, and it looked like Vitality were about to win. And then that last fight, Nukeduck caught out.
Critical for H2K, though, that what they needed to work on the most was late game shot calling, being able to make those crazy fights work in their favor, and Vitality gave them quite a lot of practice.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of fair. I think the late game fighting around a Blitzcrank is slightly different to most late game fights. Where
And a big Orianna ball. I mean, that was also a big threat.
It was. They caught him, and they took him out before that shockwave ever came through. Whew, what a game.
Yeah.
That was great.
Oh, that was something else. All right, now for more on that match, we're going to go ahead and head over to the analyst desk.
Thank you very much, Pyre. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're about to enter another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into the wonderless land of frustration. That signpost up ahead, that's your next stop. It's the tilt zone. Or at least that was my general impression of the game. Deficio, thoughts?
I was like looking for that party hat and the clown nose we had, and I was gonna be like da 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 da. But in the end, H2K won. So I guess, based on the result, they were the better team today.
Absolutely. I think,
Completely.
I think if you're an H2K
No one can
fan,
debate that.
You don't watch the series and go, there was a game, it happened, we're
You
not
go to
going to talk
Reddit,
about
you
it.
see it was a 2-1, you go like, great, we're moving on.
All you need to know. Well, unfortunately, it's not all you need to know. I want to start by taking a look at the last fight. This is the fight where H2K were able to bring it back. Huge confidence and execution here for H2K. Deficio, why don't you run us through this?
Nukeduck getting caught by the root, late game fight with flash available. Can't happen, my friend. Then your late game mage is gone, and at this point, you can just kind of run over Vitality. That's always the thing in late game fights. That's why, no matter what happens in the game, if you ever get to 40+ team fights, one guy getting caught and you might be able to just roll over the enemy team, no matter, what happened the last 40 minutes. And that's actually what happened right here. We thought Vitality were going to win.
We did.
But at first we thought H2K were going to win.
Yeah, definitely. So,
and then it was like, wow.
We actually had a B-roll package or some exciting moments from the early game, but we cut it because there's so many moments to talk about in this game, so bear with us. But the moment where we thought H2K had won the series, we thought H2K were done, that they had this advantage. Vitality, they came out with some creative pathing here to make this happen.
There was no wards behind them, and they just caught 3 guys. Sadly, the shockwave from Nukeduck is actually still on Joko. I think he thought Joko would jump in instantly. So he had the ball on him, and then Joko stayed and delayed his jump, which then sadly meant they didn't get 3 kills. They got 2. They got Baron. That was a sick fight. That is what I like when a team has no pressure on them. Win or lose, doesn't matter. You're already locked in the standings. You're doing your thing. You can do some of these crazy things.
This is the thing, right? It's because when we looked at Vitality, remember, once again, going back, they were the team that did nothing. We were like, please, take a risky play, make a risky gambit. And now they're doing it.
Swing top, blitzcrank.
Yeah, and that play is nuts, right? That works 1 out of 100 times.
But it's fantastic. Yeah, 1 ward there, and it doesn't work. But it doesn't matter because there was an award. They did something unexpected, which is normally what H2K does not respond very well to. So let's just say it was a game plan from them, and it was actually really good in-game shot calling because that was a really cool play, and it got them back in the game.
And while that was great from Vitality, I do want to highlight one of the issues that kind of came in for H2K with this final replay. We did see some small decision-making errors that we brought up over the course of the series come up once again.
I mean, this is just because, again, we have this story with H2K and them lacking a bit of discipline when it comes to the later games or later stages of the game. This was a siege setup where the Syndra was on 40% HP. And normally a team would then say, okay, guys, let's back away. We're too low. We're not going to take this. But they stayed. And then Nukeduck, getting a good Orianna ulti off, this time around, catching Syndra one-shotter, and then you win the fight. And it's like, the reason we bring this up is because it's something that happens almost every week. IEM, we saw it. Multiple LCS weeks, we've seen this, where technically you're winning, you should be in full control, and then when someone should actually say, guys, pause it, let's just play it safe, let's back away. Do we need this fight? No. they end up going for it anyway, or they stay for too long and then get caught out. Vitality were so far down and they made it all the way back.
They did, and that's the mistakes from H2K, and we have to be critical of that. But of course, H2K do win in the end. We're going to award a player of the series, and that is Oda Wamne. Congrats to him. An excellent performance overall. However, we're going to immediately go over to an interview because Quickshot is standing by with H2K's bottom lane.
Thank you very much, guys. Yes, I am joined here by Nuclear and Shay. First of all, congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's talk about game 3, because you were losing for such a long time, but you managed to win in the end. How did that feel?
We are almost lost. I think today we could lost because it is really important experience. Yeah. We are in order to we have to improve. In order to improve, I think we could lost today. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very well played. Do you have anything to talk about, maybe the communication and how you were talking to your teammates in that game number 3?
Game 3, we communication like we are fine. We can win. Like we can still win, and don't tilt. Yeah, like yeah.
Did the Blitzcrank make you want to tilt? Was it difficult playing against Blitzcrank?
I really don't like. I really hate against Blitzcrank because he make me like very careful. Yeah.
It's the same for me. I hate Blitzcrank. One last question. What was Prolly saying during picks and bans when you saw the Blitzcrank locked in?
Wait.
Yeah, probably say, hey, don't tilt. Yeah.
Well, great advice from his coach. Congratulations on the win, guys. Well played.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for sitting with me as well. We're going to head to an ad break. When we come back, Fnatic will take on Giants. Nicely done.
It's more about the jungle matchup right now. Jankos is going to find Joko in his jungle. Actually, I'll take the fight right now, but the Wolves have actually reset, and Joko's a bit low here. Oh, no! It's first blood for Jankos. He says, get the hell out of my jungle. 7 kills on Joko. Is it going to be time? Shay, no! Right into the hook, and Hachani is 1 for 1 so far in the game, and Joko gets a kill. Joko still following, looking for another. That should be it. Level 6 to level 8 don't even matter, and no stun. Joko, no! He overstays. Also been able to get a little bit more done on the Zyra pickup. Oh, there's an equalizer on a Feldman and Shay. Let's see what they can get done here. Joko, they get a big shutdown. It's final take of damage from Cabochard. Pulling Jankos, and Shay was burning down, and Jankos is going to fall. H2K getting caught with their pants down.
What? D-ball. Wait for me, you're gonna take.
A little too late. Maybe this is the chance. Joko going low. Jankos getting fired down. That's a double kill now secured for Nuke Duck. They get a stun off onto Joko. Shockwave pulls in Febiman. That's an Ash Arrow.
Let's do it.
Lands on Stand United. Is not enough damage, but look, Hachani, Cabochard both knocked up. Meanwhile, Joko going in to take a kill. He knocks down Che. Oda Wamne Chard down to Cinders. A big shutdown for Steelback, and now Vitality bust open Midtown. Joko managing to get people out of there, and that is going to be Odo going to finish with charge on Nuke Duck. There's a big red carpet in the back, but H2K walked right over it. Looking for Hachani, looking for Steelback. Nuclear on a rampage. A double kill for him. Vitality melting. Dragon's Rage kick as we go into base race vision here. But Febiman, he's backed away. Cabochard forcing him back. Cabochard is down right now. It's only Joko. They're still going on the H2K side. Finishing off the Nexus turrets. Joko cannot do this alone. He has to settle for a ZZ Rod portal. And he has to settle for a loss. As H2K, it looks grim. It looks dire. But they come back and close out the series.